Zito joins me. It's the Yinzer Report. Good morning, Salena. How are you?
Good morning, sunshine. How are you? I'm chilly.
I
How are
am
you?
great. I am great. Let me ask you, Dave McCormick, Senator-elect Dave McCormick, is now officially the senator-elect because Bob Casey conceded. It took him a long time. We had a lot of bumps along the way. I don't think Governor Shapiro, your friend and mine, covered himself in glory here. But my key question is Pennsylvania turning red the way Ohio did, the way Missouri did, the way Iowa did?
Yeah, Pennsylvania has, people don't notice it because it was incremental, but since 1996, every 4 years, it becomes 0.4% more red. Eventually, it's red. And I think that what throws people off is because of Shapiro and Fetterman winning. Except Shapiro and Fetterman winning in 2022, they ran as moderate Democrats who kept the New Deal Democrat coalition, which is now part of the Republican Conservative Populist Coalition. They were able to hold them into the party. Because they ran, Shapiro ran as a pragmatic, and Fetterman ran as a populist. But the state is definitely much more red than it has ever been. In 2020, as I wrote the other day, 2020 was the fluke. A lot of people said that 2016 was a fluke when Trump won, and no, the fluke was Biden in 2020. I meant 2016
Yeah,
when
and
Trump
I
won.
agree with that because I follow on a macro level. First
Right.
Missouri went, then Iowa, then
Yeah.
Ohio. And that March red is, I think, going to
Yeah.
continue for Wisconsin's been the most closely contested over 3 cycles, but it's going red. Michigan, I'm not so sure about, but I think PA is going to be solidly red. Tell me a little bit about consequences for the Bucks County lawbreaker lady who went on TV and told everyone she was going to count illegal votes. Are there any consequences for breaking the law that way?
Oh, absolutely. Bucks County has always been a swing county, but there's parts of it that are sort of suburban Philly, and have the more wealthy upper middle class enclaves. But most of it is working class, very similar to Washington County or Westmoreland County in the western part of the state. And it moved in voter registration from dominant Democrat to now Republican. And I think, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I think there are consequences for what Bob Casey did that impacts a lot of other Democrats. And I would put that on the Bucks County commissioners, but I would also put that on Josh Shapiro. There are a lot of Trump Shapiro voters out there. Shapiro does not win governor in 2022 without Trump supporters, and they are very unhappy that he did not step up and do. If you remember, in 2000, what future Governor Ed Rendell did as chair of the DNC with Al Gore on December 13th, and he says, "Hey, you got to get out of here," and he did it on national television. And I think a lot of Pennsylvania voters were waiting for Shapiro to say, "Hey, let's cut this out. We're spending taxpayer money on this," and he's gaining no votes.
Let me ask you about the Trump cabinet vis-a-vis the Pennsylvania voters. He delivered a cabinet as diverse as his coalition when you put in
Yep.
Robert Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Is that a good thing politically in Pennsylvania? I'm just asking Pennsylvania politics right
Yes.
now because it is the
Yes.
key. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly what they expected. They did not expect to see a march of um, ideologues. They expected to see a cabinet as diverse as they are. A lot of people took a chance that were not traditional Republicans, and have come from very diverse places. They expected a cabinet to reflect the coalition.
All right, last question, Salena. Butler and Erie, how did they do in the election? Did Erie go for Trump? Because it's always been as Erie goes, so goes the country.
Yep, I called it. Eerie one for eerie one for Trump. Yeah, absolutely. And I
As
hope
much as
people take a look.
Trumbull County went 57% for Trump, which is so
Yeah,
astonishing
that's
to me having grown up there.
yeah, that whole line right there, that whole spine in Ohio and Pennsylvania. I would like to do a shameless push here and have people take a look at my year-long reporting on McCormick and how he won, because it's not how people maybe think what happened. And I thought the way that McCormick ran his race, I was pretty confident he was going to win all along. And it had a lot of that was they understood that Bob Casey did not have the equity that people about 30,000 feet assumed that he did have.
I think you did cover Dave McCormick early and often, and Dina Powell, and they ran the perfect Senate campaign, the equal of any other Senate campaign. It puts me in mind of John Thune's 2000
Yes,
second race.
yes.
I think it's 2004. He beats Tom Daschle. It's that good of a campaign. He went everywhere, and he went everywhere with people like Salena Zito following him. Follow Salena on Twitter at Zito Salena. Her website is salenazito.com. Get an email. Find out everything she writes every week. Thank you, Salena. And I'm not going to bring up that the Browns beat the Steelers in the cold and snow of Cleveland. Not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Stay tuned, America.